Why should disabled people understand intersectionality? Imagine walking into a room and feeling like everyone sees you through just one lens. Now picture understanding that your identity is made up of many different pieces that all come together. That's what intersectionality is about. It's a way to see how different parts of who you are, like your race, gender, ethnicity, sexuality, social class, and disability, interact and shape your experiences. For disabled people, knowing this can be a game changer. It helps explain why some face more barriers than others. For example, a disabled woman of color might encounter discrimination that's different and more complex than what a disabled white man might face. Recognizing these layers helps us see the full picture of what it means to live with a disability in a society that treats people differently based on many factors. Understanding intersectionality is about seeing how these social categories overlap and influence your life. It shows that ableism, which is discrimination based on disability, often mixes with other forms of bias like racism, sexism, or classism. When you understand this, you realize that your challenges aren't just about your disability. They might also involve cultural stigmas, access to health care, or employment hurdles tied to your other identities. This knowledge helps you see why some barriers are harder to overcome and why solutions need to be more tailored. Knowing about intersectionality can help you embrace your whole identity. It reminds you that disability is just one part of who you are. It supports pride in your identity by recognizing the diverse experiences within the disabled community. When you see how different identities influence your life, you can better advocate for yourself and others. It encourages policies and programs that recognize these differences and aim to meet everyone's needs. Practically, understanding intersectionality helps disabled individuals and groups find specific barriers they face. It can highlight issues like cultural misunderstandings, healthcare gaps, or workplace discrimination that come from the mix of identities. It also helps create more inclusive spaces that respect the diversity within the disabled community. When we recognize these overlapping identities, we challenge stereotypes that oversimplify or overlook the complexity of disabled lives. In the world of disability, culture, and inclusion, embracing intersectionality means accepting that disability pride includes everyone, no matter what other identities they carry. It's about understanding that disability is shaped by many factors, not just physical or medical conditions. This perspective encourages disabled people to fully embrace their identity, knowing that society's attitudes and structures affect them differently based on their intersecting identities. When we see the full picture, we can build a more inclusive, understanding, and supportive community for all.